Hello. Is this killing your English? Let's see. You've learned prepositions of time, in, at, and on. They are confusing, but there are even more prepositions of time that are just not good. You might be more beginner, intermediate, or even advanced. But I know that there are some prepositions here today in this class that you are making mistakes with. It's never bad to review. Let's learn today. And I'm going to ask you lots of questions. We can pretend that we are in a real live class, okay? In this class, I want you speaking as much as possible, repeating after me, saying the sentences, practicing your pronunciation when I tell you to. That's super duper important, okay? So, are you ready to participate? If you are ready, type a yes in the chat. All right. Here we go. More prepositions of time. Part 2. Now, today we're going to look at by versus until, during versus while, since versus from versus for. Notice my pronunciation of versus, vs, after versus before versus ago, and then a quiz. All right, lots of questions. Okay, hi in the chat. I'm doing good. I am ready. Okay, now it's your turn. Let's look at these sentences and decide, what's a good preposition that we could use? So the first sentence, I will finish my homework 8 tonight or 8 o'clock. We can also say tonight, 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 without that O in there. It's very common in spoken English. 8 tonight, or you can say tonight or tonight. All are good. Okay, so what is that first one? What is it? Okay, you can type your answer in the chat if you have an idea. I'm going to move on to the second one, then we'll look at the answers. We stayed at the party. Don't forget that in party. British people might say something like potty, but it's party in North American English. And midnight. Midnight, that's in the middle of the night, 12 a.m. Okay, think about that one. And she has lived here 2015. Okay, so just so you know, our options today are not at, on, or in. We covered that in the last class. Okay, so we're doing more difficult ones now. Okay. Okay, I see some answers in the chat. Let's look at it quickly. Okay, our first is by 8 tonight. You might think, what does that mean? Okay, that's because it is a deadline, right? Tonight at 8 p.m., the homework will be done. I will do it before that, okay? Until midnight. That means at midnight, stop, okay? And she has lived here since 2015, which means the start time, we use since plus a start time, okay? And this is with present perfect, okay, which is where we use since. Okay, nice, guys, nice job. So let's continue, all right? By versus until. Let's learn what they really mean. These are commonly confused prepositions of time. So we use by to talk about a deadline or a goal. What is a deadline? It's a time when you need to finish something, right? Like project, homework, whatever kind of task you have to finish, or a goal, right? You want to finish something at a specific time. You want to. Maybe you won't, right? But you want to. So it basically means no later than time. Okay, so let's look at this sentence. I must hand in, okay, hand in is a phrasal verb together that just means give. Hand in the report by Friday. That's the deadline, okay? That's what your boss said. Finish, finish, finish. You have till Friday, all right? You could also say no later than Friday, all right? I must hand in the report no later than Friday. Please be home by 9 p.m. You can be out at school, at the library, at church, whatever, and then, but I need you to be home at 9 p.m. All right? That's your deadline, your goal. Okay. Next is until. This one is an interesting one. Okay. There's 3 versions here. So until is the most common one. Okay, you can use it in academic school situations. You can use it for business English. You can use it informal too. Another one that means the exact same thing is till. You can use this in your writing. It's okay, but it's a bit more informal. And with apostrophe till, that's quite informal. We might use this in text messages, but definitely in speaking, right? They all mean the same thing, until. So you use until plus a time or some event, or even a clause, which is a group of words, not just one word. And it means you're continuing up to a time. Stop. Okay? So, for example, we watched TV until we fell asleep. Okay? Or we watched TV till we fell asleep. So here we have subject and verb clause here. All right. So basically we're watching TV and then not watching TV anymore. Next one, he stayed, not stayed, but stayed. He stayed in the office until 7 p.m. Okay. If you have any questions, write them in the chat and I will likely answer them at the end of the class. Okay? Let's keep going. So, test time for you. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Okay, is it by or until? First, I will read it. I'm not sure of the exact time, but I'll call you tomorrow morning. Okay, by or until. Write your answer in the chat. Okay, we've got an answer here. Let's see if anyone else has something to say. 5, 4, 3. Do you know why that's your answer? 2, 1. Da, 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 da. The answer is by. But why? Okay, think about it. Why is it by and not until or till? Or, okay, why? This is important. There's a reason. So every time you're doing English things, learning like this and you give an answer, you can't just say, well, that's what I think, right? No. You need to be able to answer why, right? As if you are teaching it, okay? So, why? The answer is because we use by plus a deadline, right? So the person here in this sentence, they mean that their plan is to call the person, but they don't know if they will be busy, maybe tonight, or busy at all. But they definitely want to talk to this person. So they say at the latest time tomorrow morning, but maybe before that, right? Deadline, goal, even. Why is it not until? Because there are some tills in the chat. Okay. The reason is because if it was until, that would mean that that person is on the phone or video chat, whatever, starting now and da 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 all night. And then tomorrow morning comes, okay, maybe we should hang up, right? Because until is a stop time. Okay, so I'll call you until tomorrow morning. Nope. All right, next one. We waited. Notice I don't say waited. You can, but in real natural English, we say waited. Waited. The bus arrived. Arrived. Okay, what's our answer? Be careful with that V sound in basically almost every language. There's a trouble with the V sound compared to the English. So while you're thinking of the answer here, when you say the V sound, your lips do not touch each other, okay? It's V, V. You make the same mouth shape as the F, which is F, right? And the only difference is the vibration here. So if we look at F versus V, it's F, V, F, V, F, V. You hear the difference? Mouth not moving. So arrived. And if you're struggling with this, put your finger there. Arrived. It's not arrived or whatever, okay? Be careful with that. That's common in so many languages, Spanish especially. Okay, so let's see. We have some answers in here. Actually, it seems that they're the same answer. You guys are saying until. That's good. Let's see how it goes. You're correct. I'm so proud of you. But why? Why? Tell me why. Okay. So think about it. All right. Think about why. I'm going to give the answer right here. We have until plus a clause. Huh? What is a clause? Clause means subject plus verb and maybe other things, right? So here we have the bus arrived. So you can't say by the bus arrived. No, it's just by plus some time, right? Or event like by my birthday or whatever, by 10 a.m. Okay. But with until, you can use a clause like a sentence, basically. The bus arrived, and it means continuing up to a certain time. So we're waiting, 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 waiting. The bus arrives. Not waiting. All right. So next one. All right. She worked, not worked, worked with a T sound at the end. Okay, yes. So she worked 10 p.m. last night. Last night. Last night. And that means, let's see, right, today is Thursday, so last night means Wednesday night. Right? What's your answer? Write it in the chat, guys. Okay, we've got some answers here. She worked by 10 p.m. last night, or she worked until 10 p.m. last night. Ooh, what could it be? I'm giving you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Until. But why, teacher? Why? You tell me. Okay, I was waiting. This is a class where you participate. If you can't tell me why, then you don't know this lesson and you need to review the topic. Okay, why? Why? The answer, because we have until plus a stop time, right? Working, 10 p.m. Woo, yay, I'm done work. I can go home now. Okay. Worked by 10 p.m. Doesn't make any sense because by is a deadline. So that would be something in the future, usually. Okay, or it needs more context, but yeah. Now, let's go for this one, during versus while. Ooh, pay close pronunciation to while, right? Why? Yil with a Y in there, while. Now, this is about prepositions of time. Technically, while is not a preposition, it's a conjunction, specifically, as it says there, a subordinating conjunction. Don't worry about that. We are comparing it with while because it's a common mistake there, okay? So let's check it out. With during, we use it with a noun. During plus noun or noun phrase, which a noun phrase is just more than one word, like my beautiful wife, right? Wife is the noun, but my beautiful is the noun phrase, okay? So during plus a noun is something that happens in the middle of an event. For example, I fell asleep during the movie. All right, we have the movie as our noun phrase there. So the movie is happening. Okay, that's how it works. We talked with a T sound at the end. We talked during lunch. Okay, during lunch. So lunch is your noun, right? Lunch is happening. Lunch. We are talking. Okay. Next, while. While plus a subject plus a verb. Ooh, interesting, huh? Yes, we always need after while. It can't be just one noun or something like that. It has to have subject verb, like a full sentence. And it means at the same time. For example, she sang, sing, sang, sung. Okay, it's not sang, which is a very common mistake, probably in your language. Sang, no, and it's not sang. All right, it's sang. Sang. Okay, she sang while I, subject, played. No, played. Well, I played guitar. Right? So I'm playing guitar, do 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 do. She's singing. Okay, la da 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 da. Okay, at the same time. Next, I listened. That T there is silent. It's not listen or listened or listened. It's listened. Okay, I listened. While he, subject, explained the rules. Be careful with that. Rules with a W there. rules, okay? I listened while he explained the rules. Got it? All right, good. I'm so proud of you. Let's test your knowledge. Is it during or while? At the end, we're going to have a really difficult quiz with 10 prepositions. So let's see how you do. This one's easy. We met the festival. So met is the past tense of meet. Okay, get your answer in the chat. During or while? Let's see, we got some answers here. Remember, while you're waiting, I want you to figure out why. Okay, we see some people are quite sure of their answer. Okay, let's see. I'm going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, it is during. Good job. Okay, so why though? Why? As I said before, if you can't tell me why, then you don't know this and you need to study it. All right. If you can't teach a topic to someone else correctly, that is, then you don't know it, truly know it in your brain. Okay. So we met during the festival. Why? Because it's during plus a noun phrase here. The festival, during plus noun. And something happening in the middle, right? The festival's happening, dee, 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 dee. And then I meet, and you meet, oh, and it's love at first sight. Something like that, okay? That's actually how my cousin met his wife, in the middle of a festival. Okay, now we have this. She smiled, weird pronunciation, smiled. Okay, be careful with that. And she was speaking. Interesting. She smiled, was speaking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. While. Good job. Okay, why though? Okay, tell me why. The answer is while plus a subject and verb. Remember, we can't put during she was speaking. We can only put a noun phrase after during. But while always needs this subject verb. She was speaking, past continuous. Okay, so smiled, in the middle, happening at the same time. I love you so much. Okay. Your teacher's a little cray cray. Cray cray is slang for crazy. All right. The student took notes. The teacher taught the class. Okay. This is good. I recommend it. Taught is the past tense of teach. Yes, the spelling is crazy. So note that. Take notes. Okay. What is our answer? During or while? And why? Okay. Remember to be speaking. There we go. It's while. Too easy, right? Yes. Why? Because we have our, you tell me, subject plus verb. Subject, the teacher. Verb, taught. Okay, and it's happening at the same time, right? The teacher's teaching, that's me, and the students writing notes, okay? And let's continue now. New one, since versus from. Okay, since versus from. So I should know to put a little asterisk or star there when you hear or when you want to use since, right? We always use since plus a starting point. Since can also mean because, but that's a different context, right? I was happy since my husband was here. Okay. But since plus a starting point, if you want to use this in your head, you should have ding, 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 ding. I need to use present perfect or present perfect continuous. Okay. Be careful with that. So, for example, I've been working, that's present perfect continuous. I've been, not been, I've been working here since 2020. All right. So that means I started in 2020 and now it's 2025. So 5 years. Okay. Okay. Here we go. She has had the flu since yesterday. Okay. She has had, that's the present perfect. All right. The flu, influenza. Okay, common since yesterday. So it started yesterday and she still has it today. All right, next one. This might be easy for you. You probably know it already. From plus a start time plus to plus end time. So the shop is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, but one note about the pronunciation here. This word to is not important. It doesn't give a lot of meaning. So we often say it in a really short way, saying t or t, right? From 9 to 5. I work from 9 to 5. It's almost not there. Sometimes it's just the T sound, t, t, t. All right, the shop is open from 9 to 5. So if you don't, if you're a little confused and you hear t, that's two. Okay, that's how native speakers would almost always say two, unless they want to emphasize two. Okay, next we studied. So we studied from Monday to Wednesday. Okay, Monday to Wednesday. Right, then we have four. For is like since, also used very commonly in the present perfect tenses. Okay, for plus a length of time. So I stayed in London for 2 weeks, right? Weeks, months, minutes, seconds, okay, length of time. They studied English for 3 years. Okay, notice I used past simple here, right? That's just to say, like, it's something that happened in the past, it's done. Cool story, bro. That's an expression. Cool story, bro, is what you say after something that is not interesting, right? Like, yeah, I stayed in London for 2 years. Cool story, bro. Right, where it doesn't matter to you. So let's continue here. If you wanted to say that you're still studying English, you would say they have been studying English for 3 years. So it's the year 2025, which would mean they started in 2022. Do my math. Okay. Let's do the quiz between the three of them. Okay. I have been last night. Okay. So we saw this word last before, last night, right? We can use last means whatever the noun after it in the past, the most recent one. So last night, well, the most recent night in the past for us is Wednesday because it's Thursday now. You can say last week, right? This is the second week in September. So last week is the first week. So it would be like Sunday to Saturday. Okay. Or you could say last year, it's 2025. Last year is 2024. Okay, notice my pronunciation. I don't say 2024, 2020. All right, that's real native English speaking. The answer is since. Okay, let's continue. Since last night. Why? Do you know why? Have your answer ready? You can put it in the chat if you want, right? We use since plus a start time. Alrighty, so that means last night I was super tired because let's say, well, actually that's very true. I worked for almost 14 hours, then I was very tired and I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm still tired. I was still tired in the morning, but I drank a coffee. So now I'm not tired, but yes, I have been tired since last night. Okay. This class usually, pronunciation, usually, yes, it's weird, but repeat whenever I tell you about your pronunciation problems. This class usually goes 2 p.m. to 2:30 or 2:45 if you're lucky. Right now it's already 2:32, so you're getting lucky. All right. So what's our answer here? I think you should know from. Yeah, all right. If you didn't get this one, yeah. All right. So why? Because start time and end time. Remember, I could say from 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. to 2:30 or quarter to 3. All right. Here we go. We were on holiday in Mauritius. Okay, that's the pronunciation. Yeah, it's a weird word, but it's Mauritius. Mauritius in English, at least. Okay, a week. So since, from, or for. Since, from, or for. The answer is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, 4. But why? Why? What are you going to tell your children when they ask you, why, Daddy? Why, Mommy? Why is it 4 a week? I think I need a nap. Because we have 4 plus a duration of time. Okay? And yes, we have a week. That's a duration of time. All right. After versus before versus ago. All right. After plus some event or time. This should be pretty easy for you already. So let's go through it quickly. It's later than something. We had ice cream after lunch. Okay, I went shopping after class. So first was class, then it was shopping. First was lunch, then it was ice cream. Okay, after. It's the first event. All right, and before, right? Or I should say after is the second event. But we use after plus the first event. With before, we use before plus the last or the second event, right? It's earlier than something. So wash your hands before dinner. All right, so first, wash your hands. Second, eat dinner. Okay, before plus the second event. Then we have, I always stretch, not stretch, okay? Stretch before exercising. Okay, they say that's important. Now we have our duration of time plus ago. This is really important one to know, okay? Because we use ago to say something in the past, right? We use this for ding, 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 past simple. Okay, for example, he arrived with the V sound again, arrived 2 hours ago. So it's 2:30, 2 hours ago would be 12:30. Okay, you can say 2 days ago, 2 months ago, 10 years ago. We met 5 years ago. Very nice. So, is it after, before, or ago? She moved here 3 years. Oh, what's our answer? Oh, I just gave it to you. Ago. All right. Why though? Because we have our duration of time, 3 years, and then we need to go after it to talk about a specific time in the past. All right. Ago is what you use for past simple, but for plus your duration of time is present perfect. Okay. Or if you're talking about a finished action, you can also use it for past simple. All right. We had some delicious delicious apple pie for dessert. Dinner. Apple pie is a very common dessert in North American, like Canadian American cultures. British too, probably. People that look like me cultures, okay? Because we're just one big mix nowadays. So what is our answer? After, yes, that's right. Good job in the chat. Why though? Right? What happens first? There's 2 actions here. There's eating the apple pie, and then there's also having dinner, right? So the first thing that happens is the dinner, right? Oops. And we use after to show it's later than the previous action, right? So the second things that happened is the apple pie. So you put after plus the first action. All right. Next, I always stretch for around 10 minutes. 4 plus duration of time. I go for a run. Okay, 10 minutes. Not minutes, 10 minutes. What's the answer here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Before. Good job in the chat. All right. Why? Because the first thing that happens is the stretching. We use before plus the second thing that happens. Okay. All right. Now is the hard quiz. All right. Which preposition are you going to choose? We've got all 10 of them there. So you choose, and you got to know why. Don't guess. First, she cried. The emotional movie based on a true story. My mom loves true stories for movies. Emotional. Lots of emotions. Okay, what's our answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the answer is during the emotional movie. But why? Right? Remember that during is happening in the middle of an event. Right? During plus noun phrase. So the noun phrase here is the emotional movie, although based on a true story also describes this movie. Okay, so the movie's happening, and she's that's me. I cry so easy in movies. All right, next one. Don't worry, I'll have our science project finished this evening. Okay, what's our answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bye. Why is it bye? because we have, tell me, this is a deadline, okay, or a goal. So maybe the project is due tomorrow, Friday, and it's a group project, right? And the people in the group are saying, hey, to their other partner, did you finish the project? Is it done? And don't worry, I'll have it finished by this evening so we can give it tomorrow to the teacher. Okay, deadline. Next, we stayed in the cute cafe. It's closed. Okay, we stayed in the cute cafe. It closed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Until. All right. Why until, guys? Tell me why in the chat. Reason being is that until gives us a stop time, right? Until we're staying in the cafe, drinking our coffee, and then, hey guys, it's 10 p.m. We're closing now. You gotta go. Oh man. And they go. Okay, the stop time. We stayed, stay. Get out. It's closed. Okay, so until is continuing up to a stop time. All right, next one. She's been training to be an Olympic level rhythmic gymnast 5 years. So I put a little asterisk beside the she's there because that is not she is, although she's can mean she is. In this case, it's she has because this is present perfect continuous. Continuous means it has the ing, the be plus ing. So she has, or she's been training to be Olympic level. That means she's so good she can go to the Olympics. Rhythmic, super hard word to say, rhythmic. If you don't know what rhythmic gymnastics is, look it up. It's interesting. Use balls and ribbons and hula hoops. Okay. Anyways, our answer is 4. Okay. This is 4 plus a duration of time of something that's still, it started in the past, in this case, 5 years ago, so 2020, and it continues until now, the present. And it uses our main giveaway here is the tense present perfect. Remember, with present perfect, it's for and since. Those are very important time words, okay? Here we have 4 plus a duration of time. Okay, next one. He was smacking his lips loudly. What? What does that mean? I'm glad you asked. When someone is smacking their lips, eating something, that means they're okay, that's smacking. So I should let you know, in English speaking cultures, especially as far as I know, America and Canada, it is rude to eat like that. Okay, you don't, no, you eat with your mouth closed and breathe through your nose. Okay, I know that's really strange for some Asian cultures, but that is considered, if you are smacking your lips, making any noise while you're eating is bad. Okay, so if you're living in an English-speaking country, please make sure you're closing your mouth while eating.
I just gave you the answer.
All right, here we go. So he was smacking his lips loudly while he was eating. Okay. So we have our subject and our verb happening at the same time. All right, next one. My creepy coworker. So creepy is like strange in a bad way. It's like My creepy coworker has been watching me a lot. Work started at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. So what's our answer here? Creepy coworker. I'm going to give you 5 for know your reason why. Since, because we have this started in the past. It's actually the present perfect has been watching, present perfect tense, right? And we have a start time here, which would be 8 o'clock, right? When we started work. So since plus a start time, that's how it works in the past, okay? So why is he looking at me? Stop, all right? So yeah. Next, I'm exhausted. Pronunciation, exhausted. I'm exhausted. Okay. Last night I only slept 2 to 5:30. Look at how I said you can say 2 to 5:30. If this was also 2 o'clock, like 2 a.m. to 2 p.m., it would sound funny. 2 to 2, 2 to 2. And yeah, it's still right. So last night, this is an easier one, I'd say. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From. Okay, from 2 to 5:30. Because we have from plus a start time, 2 plus an end time. All right, next, quickly. Good job in the chat. We shouted, happy birthday. Birthday, not birthday, birthday. Okay, we shouted, happy birthday. Our friend came in and turned on the lights. All right, what do we put here? 5, 3, 2, 1. After. Okay, so it's a surprise birthday here, right? This happened to me actually. Right? Open the door, it's dark outside. I just finished work, turn on the lights. Happy birthday! Yay! Okay, so after. Next comes later than another action. Okay. He left San Francisco, He left San Francisco 1 year after his house was eaten up by the horrible fire. Okay. Look, we have an after there, but we're using another preposition this time. After his house was eaten up by the fire is just extra information. Notice I said eaten. You can say eaten, but common English speakers will use what we call the glottal T. Eaten, eaten up. Okay, the answer is yes, ago. But why? Why? Tell me why. Okay. Duration of time plus ago. Happened in the past, simple past. I don't know if you heard about it, but in San Francisco, California, in the USA, there was some awful fires that burned up some big, beautiful homes around a year ago, something like that, or earlier this year. It's September, so yeah, it was absolutely terrible. Okay, next. I always walk my dog, feeding her, because if I do it vice versa, she vomits. Vomits. That's my dog right there. Isn't she cute? Okay, if you have a cute dog, let me know. All right. So what is our answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Before. And there's my dog when she was 9 weeks old. So cute. Okay. So yes, before. Why? Because it comes earlier than the other action. So I walk my dog before. Because so, she runs and walks. And then when I'm done the walk, I take her home and she eats. Because when she was a puppy, if I gave her some food and then we went for a walk, went running, she would all over. So yeah, that's the order. Okay, vice versa. All right. And wow, it's been 50 minutes, but we finished everything. Okay. Remember, you can download the extra document free worksheet that I've put. It's just in the description below to get all of your English practice in. If you didn't get perfect, you need to do this, okay? If you made it to the end of this class, I'm so proud of you. All right. You're doing great. You're exactly where you need to be for your English journey. So keep doing it. Keep fighting. All right. You can totally do this if you just keep at it every day, little by little. Okay. And now it's time for me to say goodbye. Love you.